I wanted to speak on some pretty profoundly deep subject matter. Uh, may or may not be good for me and you. But really, I do this kind of thing for therapy. If you really knew who I was or what humanity's potential really was, you would know why they needed to do this kind of thing. Um, Not necessarily just because there's a non-human occupation outnumbering in hives and the safety in numbers proves to be lethal and dangerous to the true intelligences trying to rise here, if at all it is supposed to, is a big question. Shh, Jesus, I'll get this. You're crazy, by the way. I know, that's just the norm, right? Yep. Okay, so then the norm, babe. What is the norm, huh? You know, there is the truth. There's like geometry. Then there's well, I was just gonna say trash, and I was just kidding. Sorry. Ah, boy. Uh, we can get into the astrology. What's really heavy in the air? Be very careful right now. It's actually, well, it's. I'm not going to post this until um, around about the 18th or 15th, somewhere between there, whichever slot needs to be filled. But for your entertainment only, like and subscribe if you like cartoons and myths such as me. Um, we have it's a Uranus square today, and I'm a Uranian person because I have Moon in Aquarius. We just got through the new moon in Aquarius. It's my new moon. It's at 19 degrees, but I have a 14 degrees, 55 minutes, so it might as well be 15. But anyway, it's just something that we're going to be just moving right along through. You know, it's just a plowing. You know, it's um, as far as the energy of that, how that it's really remarkable how first it was the sun, now it's Mercury. See, I keep forgetting that Mercury has moved into Aquarius just a few days ago. Pardon me while I'm now wandering around looking for my. Oh, it's over here. Ephemeris. Mercury in Aquarius, and it's really unfortunate for a lot of people in humanity because we are not out of the woods. You know, we need to find our people. We need to find. If you really consider what's happening on this plane, I don't know if this is going to clean these glasses. What we mean is, well, if you know that there's an easier life, and what I mean by easier, I don't mean how lazy that people have become. I'm talking about let's just say there's an easier way to get to real life, the life to live, not the living dead stuff where something is feeding into you a lot of information, right? You're getting your ideas or ideals about life through a suggestion, and also mainly you're told no, when really it's just an experience that your feelings of a yes, really, you know, yes, when you feel it because it feels good, is going to teach you. There's where it's weird that they have the punishment reward system over there, because when you hit the truth, you get uplifted and you feel good. When you don't hit the truth, there's the coffee table again. Ow, would you please learn how to get over it? We have a vast amount of things going on, not just mere objects, man. We have the complexity of looking at a oneness as an organism, not just one as, like, say, the white race or the yellow race or the black race. No, did you notice that there's many colors here? And we already know why they're here, by the way. Like what they represent and what knowledge they hold, what like sphere of information that they hold. In case a human civilization wanted to emerge, these people need to come together and share. and be cool. But, but, headbutt, right? Yeah, because their heads are being taken. Any China person knows that. That's how they win, naturally. Just, right, strengthen numbers and make sure you teach them about mastery of the mind and give them the most physical, the physical agility follows the mind having been disciplined by the physical. It's not the mind first, it's their physical bodies. They just say, just do it. They have children on obstacles that American parents would be like thinking that they need insurance, and it's like, no, don't do that. That is, and it's like, no, your kid should really be exposed to everything, not the toy version, the real version. Put on the earplugs, start showing them the chainsaw, zun, 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 make them go, ah, pretty soon they'll grow into it. Never give them a toy. I'm just kidding. That is the toy. No, really. See, the main thing is to teach them music, because music will make you learn every math, every form of math. It's more than that, though. It's how to be, in order to learn every single thing possible to learn. When you learn music, that you're learning the first entrance to the ability. First of all, it opens both sides of the hemispheres of your brain. If you can perform particularly a piece and then sing at the same time, um, and so so when you learn music, you're learning um, all that you need to know to learn most everything else. Now, if it's the truth that's worth a darn, like say if it's the solid truth of truths, especially something like physical, like carpentry and anything else, really, music will teach you how to listen in such a way that you're not projecting on it or trying to reel anything in. It's just coming in. It's going faster than the speed of light, by the way. The human being's ability to translate into thought on a high level, really what it is your mind is synced up with the reality of reality. That's really, I would argue, what musicians, freehand playing musicians, you want to get the ones who know how to go off and do what they call outer space. I guess the Grateful Dead would show some of the people that think they like music what that outer space thing is. They kind of go off, right? They start with and of course they're going to expand into the universe, and it's just, there isn't anything like it. If you're a musician, it's better than sex, and when you know how to play it, um, and that's saying a lot, right? Narcissists, you think that that's the best thing in the world or whatever, and it's like, no. And if you look at musicians, sorry, I'm going to talk about this, just when they're on stage uh, on camera, cut off the fact that they're playing music and just look at their faces and together, and it looks just like they're having sex or making love. Really, they look at each other every once in a while. And they're like, anyway, musicians duet better. Why did I go on to this? It's because Mars is heading into. I was trying to talk about Pluto, the planet of sex. By the way, it's like Scorpio, Scorpio. Halloween is forever on humanity now. It's like, will you please take your mask off? The witch is like, no, they're all stupid. I have to scare them first, and if they really want to know, all in a day's work, we take the ugly mask, and it's like, what's there? Sex. Oh, I was just kidding. No, I mean, it's how you got here. I think every culture should be interested. Can't just be a narcissist and rush through it blindly and then ask questions later, because what if, and now this is just a big, huge, neon, what if we wanted a human civilization to come out of it? Hasn't happened yet. Let's see if we do have a chance. There's a lot of conjunctions happening with Pluto in Aquarius, in the planet, in the sign of humanity. Like, if there was a potential Aquarius is said to already know. Uh, it says, I know, because if you ever knew an Aquarius, a sun in Aquarius, even a Mercury in Aquarius, they like to talk about it, moon in Aquarius, uh, we are 35 years ahead of time somehow. Just look into us. We have a humanitarian inlay that people are like, that is like naive and stupid and blah 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 blah. And it's like, no, that's actually how we're going to be in 35 years. People are so selfish and ignorant. Speaking of Aquarius, here's an Aquarius right here. This woman right here, kind of historically, just somebody passing through our lives that we touch each other and have a deep experience, and that's the name of my game. Whether it's just a clerk in a store, 2 minutes passing through, or 2 years, 20 years, you are going to be profoundly affected here, or you might not be alive. I don't want to be around you, and neither does your children. You should be remaining very sensitive. What I mean is receptive. Be receptive. While you have the senses on, why not? I'm not one of these people that says, shut it out, shut it out. Although, if there's some reason that that's being said, it could be man's problem. Where women go, I don't know, but we always hear about man, man, man. Don't look at me. Mankind. Man does this, men do that. And it's like, sometimes you see a really bitchin' thing. It's like, well, that's interesting. You look down, oh, Stephanie said it, or Martha once uttered it. Getting back to humanity, like, say, the feminine thing that needs to click in with both men and women, all that is the more sensitive part that gets a detail enough to not be an elephant in a china shop, and maybe hang on to some of the delicacies called life, and then maybe a human civilization will emerge. Hasn't really happened yet. Anyway, well, there's a way it can happen. There is meditation. Age is old. Age is old, because you want the right information, and meditation will bring your mind there. Otherwise, the high danger is, and this is for everybody who has a mind, and everybody who has the potential, just, there's narcissism. See, if you listen to the scholars, Sam Vaknin and our other scholars, they know, they'll tell you that the intricacies of this word, narcissist, is a name, by the way. I will tell you directly, it's the mind. Everybody has a mind. Everybody has a narcissist. Everybody has narcissism. Everybody is a narcissist, is what I mean. They possess a narcissist there. Do they let the narcissist take over, or do they say, excuse me, narcissist, you're going to have to just really just realize you're in the back seat and you're not driving. The truth drives this puppy, and so does reality. And boy, isn't that a complex thing? Have we turned 3 yet? Are you, did you get your questions confirmed? All of them questions that kids ask, it's more like they are just looking for confirmation to something. They don't know how to do it without just asking a question. Why? How? Because, blah, blah, right? Their favorite answer is because. You want to be a cause. Just straight up because. You know? Anyway, be use. Why? Be use. Sorry, we need rewiring, and that's what I'm here for. I am a Uranus-ruled person, and we have a Uranus aspect in the sky today. If anything, I can help ease this shaking that's going on in the earth. And if you haven't noticed it, it's going on in your body. Everybody needed to slow down a long time ago. And when Uranus starts to get out of its retrograde shadow, which is just in a few months, it's going to hit 23 again, which is trine my Venus. I'm open for love, really. It's just the way it is. My heart is wide open. I don't have any choice. Everybody needs that, and it's just a window of time, and I'm my metaphor right now, and I won't say much of it, but right now I'm doing a Hail Mary up in the air, and interception is possible by the right one. That I am not stupid. I know what I'm worth and what I offer and how it can be, and I've already had visions. So the truth is I have to. Oh God, this fucking conversation. Do I need that? Do I want it? You know, there's a lot of me that wants to remain independent, especially, of course, financially. There's where I'm not prepared, but that's what the money system is geared to do, is to keep people non-human and not knowing how to get along. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's really what's became of that. It meant well by benevolence. Same thing with the English language and the alphabet. Meant well, but it has been intercepted along with that crap. See, language and money and what else? Just it's now reversed, honeys. Reversed. Verse means calm. There isn't anything in nature out there anywhere that's going backwards, not even if it's walking backwards, not even time, nothing will prove that. It's just we are waking up, 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 and we keep moving forward. There is no reverse except for when you're talking about pa, 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 pa. Thank you. Reversed. Universe. There's only one verse there. Now what needs to be re-seen? Verse, if you look at it, take the V away, by the way. V is just a symbol. It's a vase. It's what's at the top of the I. The I is a conduit. Now you have a Y, and the Y is a conduit. It's positive and negative, and it can like receive electricity, Aquarius, the plasmatic field, or there's energy pouring down into this thing. It's a physical funnel, and you, Y. These are symbols, babes. If you can simplify and imagine and click into it, some people get it because why? They have intelligence, and I'm still learning about it. I am still learning, and believe me, I only know 0.02% of what I've been able to be getting these downloads. I don't want to miss a thing, but there is so much distraction. First of all, people and them, the problems that they think they have, and see, it's the number one problem is, are you not disconnected with God, to God, and or love, and or truth, or certainly not whoever the fuck gets on my page and says, you said that God's name in goddamn fucking vain, you people are fucking. It's the intention behind it too, really. I'm just trying to rinse your fucking mind, and that's what God is going to do for you. If it's not me, babes, I've already talked to that angel Jesus over there, and that person says, you know what? The truth is, you don't want to know it about what's occupying this plane here. I sacrificed myself to show you something about it, and it won't die because there is something that won't change about this plane. It won't. No, you have to graduate away from it. You have to recognize what's going on, and see if you're lucky. You have you have somebody around you that surrounds you. You have people in society, I think, kind of like Jesus and me, who see we're going through a process of changing here, and we're going through a process of change. We are going through a process of transformation. Transformation is what I'm going through, and I'm grateful. You can feel. See, the trippy thing is, and this is at a macrocosm as a transformational guru speaking now. You notice there's a breakdown. There's a breaking down. See, you notice that before your breaking down, you had a peak of your of your expression. It was just beautiful and perfect and amazing. You're grateful for that. It's amazing, right? It was not easy to get there. Why? Because in order to get there, you had to have a breakdown. See, this is just a breakdown and a rising and a breakdown kind of a thing. Uh, See, now, as a human occupation in the universe, you're just going to become realized of that. And the layers of crap, perhaps, I mean, if you can imagine what extraterrestrial means, is just you're piling on memory. And see, I'm going up, 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 and I like the good memory thing. Just accepting that, well, something is over now because that need that was needed there has to just played out. That's what we're doing here as human beings. We are kind of helping each other home, especially now when we point at relationships. Something that narcissists don't know is it's a very, very natural mechanism that is going on. You can study it. You can give yourself a chance to look at how it can unfold. A Libra points at it. It's very mechanical. It's the only sign that is represented by scales, and it's going to light up with the Aquarius planets. Thank you for listening to this. I'm now going to see that Aquarius planets are going to be Aquariusness, especially this month. Really hard for that Libra, which originally said, I love. Well, it's really hard for love on the planet. Let's get back to becoming a human. Becoming a self-organizing anomaly within and without. It's that scale system that says, no, excuse me, that's a little off. No, that's a little off. And it's real science, if you ask me, that we bank on it. We would bank on it. See, that's where you say, I balance. It has to do with money and the stability of you want to talk about in case a human civilization wanted to form called love. It's time to stand up. See, our generation, and this is what the people around me just don't know. This self-organization thing, it's very much like music. It's like, oh, part to play, and what are you doing? And blah, blah, blah. Whoa, whoa. I did precisely what I was supposed to do. And then now, all we can do is expose the hives of narcissists that they don't have much of a life, but they're doing the tearing through the chutes and ladders and thinking that money is what you do. And when you think money is what you do, especially now, money will have you poisoning yourself and keeping them in the money for what? It's camel green. It's a military thing. Now, do you work for the military that keeps you healthy, or do you work for the military that is fooling the shit out of you and banking on just raking it in on fake education, right? Fake medicine, fake everything, babe. We're going to get to the bottom of this and keep having a conversation. Think with me very hard. I don't have any choice, really. It's kind of my life mission. I look at it and I'm like, I had a question a long time ago. I remember I was like 3. I was like, oh no. People think that money is creating things now and a necessity to keep the basics going into us. Whoo, when is that going to collapse? You know what I mean? I don't see it on the periodic scale of elements anywhere. And it's like I came here to say, excuse me, but you guys got to learn how to live, because what if money isn't really what is feeding you? Food, it's just basically you just want some food, or do you? That could be a rumor. We could do life in a whole different way that doesn't need to be so strange and dense, maybe. But no, you see, I talk strange about money, but it's from a totally different standpoint of just, yeah, you want to talk, pardon me, you want to talk about energy and just really just find out why it's here and what energy is it plugging into. Energy is energy, but there's a source, right? There's a source of it coming from, there's a, and I say, because the universe is human, pardon me, what I'm trying to do is erase things. because the universe is human. That's the energy that it needs to protect. Through money, you protect. Trying to erase this. Trying to make space on my computer so I can keep talking and not get interrupted. See, I've been getting downloads about how money got twisted and screwed up. It's really has to do with intelligence. And intelligence has to do with just more and more looking into, like, they're on a very scientific level, what is happening here. Pardon me. And so it's just very human, to have any technological advancement that works, but we haven't seen that yet, babes, because we don't have a human civilization yet. We see the chances and the potential of a human being there, and they're highly misunderstood, and then they are raked over. They are not understood. They are laughed at. It is depended upon that there's a mob there. Let's talk about the polluting society out there that just, it seems like they're lying dormant until they can find these targets, and that's all they live for, is just to mock and it's just an insecure society, right? And they don't know. That's where I'm falling really down. It's like, I used to I could not keep myself up, especially looking at this stupid fucking social media shit and reuniting with people that you just, it's like, well, why don't we associate in the first place? Really, it's just the most hazardous fucking thing you'll ever look at. You don't just randomly fucking accept everybody into your life, especially the ones that you dropped already, and then there they are again. It's the whole past right there. Everybody from your high school and wherever. It's like, well, you're not in my life, how come you should ever be? That's why I kind of remain standoffish. It's just like, you guys aren't real as far as in my life. There is a very alone situation when it comes to the human connection. It's fucking alone in 3D going, hello, anybody in reality here? Not really. Like, subscribe, this kind of talk, if it fucking hits a little funny bone for you. With Mars moving to conjunct Pluto on Valentine's Day, God. Well, I hope you guys are loving each other, because there is a chance. See, some people are not having a good time right now with it because they're being aspected negatively. I'll tell you who's having a really hard time right now. Taurus. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a massive earthquake or something, because it squares Uranus right now. Taurus has been having a hard time anyway. It's kind of hilarious because they're the most stable signs, but they're just getting really like, they're just breaking and shattering, and so it's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, but namely Leos. I don't know why they don't want to ever talk about the baby Leos out there going through a ringer. It's pointing at the ego of man, Leo, and also the entertainment system, like the stage, the show. What do we put on the stage and what entertains us? Really, let's question it, because it used to be that we celebrated God and good geometry. Now what is it? There's a lot of ugly shit going on more and more. It's like, no, this is the ideal. It's like this, excuse me, pardon me, don't want to sound prejudiced or anything, but really you should be wary of putting rotten fruit up there and saying, this is the ideal. Have your rotten fruits. This is what you want. It's like, this is not what we're doing. Time to turn all that off. Whoever's advertising to us now, it's a war machine, and they're trying to kill God. On a large scale, man. Large scale weapons of mass destruction. Just 2 + 2 is 5. A bunch of fucking biological glitches out there, man. I'm not kidding. Really. Of course it includes me. Anyway, let's get back to this amazing procession with, you can call it a procession too. It's like fucking death of ego, because Pluto is like, excuse me. Pluto is God, by the way. Pluto is the truth, and just looks at it. We're just gonna look at it. We get through it by looking at it, and when you look at it, if it's like peeling onions, really, is it just an onion that you're peeling, and You thought it was real, but you got all the way through and you're like, where is it? It's like, it was not real. It's not real. Ah, some people just start crying in the middle of it. They're like, no, let's put this down. I have emotions. It's like, guess what? You're having a hard time with the truth. That's what it is. You should gush yourself off, by the way. Those tears are really good for your eye, uh, eye ducts, or whatever you call them, and your tear ducts, and all your nose. Just get some onions and try to stuff it in your face. It's a medicine. Cough, cough, snot it out. We're going through transformation. See, there's a lot of chicken shits out there that will not be there for that, with you, for you, but and indeed there are other really hardy people that are like, they just live for it, and they know why you came to them and you don't even know. Transformation is at hand, big time. You are about to lose your ego, baby, and guess what? It's okay. Like I said with the witch, is this the same darn video? All in a day's work, Pluto just is going to take that scary mask off as soon as you are, I don't want to say miserable enough. You don't have to be miserable. Are you curious enough? Are you just going to do the right thing and look deeper and get past all of your fears and to look more and see what? Sex. Back to Mars and Pluto and Venus conjuncting in in humanitarian issues. Like, how did we get here and what and how? There, me, you. Ah, uncomfortable subject matter. What? Well, that's just how we got here. So we're just getting basic now, you fucking people. I'm not even interested in it. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I mean, men and women, come on, wake up, wake up. There's more than men and women as far as what's in your mind about that. What is in your mind about that? Ugh. Because real live men and women, babes. There's evidence. It's not me. And why am I talking about sex? We can talk about something else. Because it's Mars and Pluto getting together and it's on Valentine's Day and it's like, um, I hope you guys are loving each other and have a good time because some people aren't. Let's get back to just standing in your ground and being upfront, honest. Do a comedy act on YouTube. Make sure it's as wild as ever, as far as the truth's hanging straight out like that, like a statue over there being hidden in from 600 BC with just, what are those people doing? It's like, well, they're maintaining a human civilization. They're having sex.